Okay, so as a result of this neoliberalist philosophy and this unchecked greed, it's really made it easy for a group of already politically powerful, already economically powerful people to engage in unchecked greed, theft, and hedonism. Basically, crazy, crazy level of excitement and partying for them that is probably maybe fun every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year, but this becomes a way of life for a lot of these people, particularly the children of the super wealthy. And I'm not even 100% sure that we can like put that to rest and redistribute the wealth in a way that is satisfactory. I mean, we human beings always strive for new things, so being truly satisfied never really happens, does it? But you know, this stealing of money from workers. And if you think the system is fair, I want you to think about working a job and you steal $100 from the cash register, okay? And then I want you to think about your boss accidentally keeping $100 from your paycheck. Like, who's going to get in significantly more trouble? Who is more likely to get arrested for that stealing? You or your boss? Your boss took it out of your paycheck. You took it out of the cash register. Who's going to get in trouble? If you think the world is fair, you think that will be the same response to either one. And if you believe that, good on you. I hope reality teaches you some beautiful lessons about the world. But everywhere I've ever seen, in every situation I've ever seen, the worker who steals the money from the register is the one who's going to get truly, deeply messed up by that decision to steal, where the manager or owner stealing $100, oh, this is something in the system, I'll get you next time, tends to be the kind of approach that happens. Wage theft is a multi-billion, if not a trillion-dollar loss to American workers every single year. So we have to understand that to take away this thieving that's happening at the top in the middle management, okay, is going to be hard to take away. It's kind of breathtaking in its scope and scale and its audacity. It's kind of gutsy in a really disgusting, evil villain sort of way. So this political class, this economically powerful and politically powerful group of people, they have basically, to sum it up in a single sentence, they've privatized the profits. In other words, they've all gone up to the group that's up here, and they've socialized and externalized the losses. In other words, anytime that there is a loss or a pollution of an environment or a city, oh, well, we can't deal with that. The city will have to pay for that. But, sir, that owns business, you polluted. Yeah, but we're going to go bankrupt. Sorry. And what ends up happening is my tax dollars and your tax dollars, but not the company's tax dollars, goes into having to clean up this environment. In where I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, you might think about the East San Jose neighborhood. The Middle Rio Grande Valley, just in Albuquerque alone, has 19 Superfund sites that are exceptionally polluted and cancer-causing. One of the worst in our city is called East San Jose. And shock, there aren't a lot of exceptionally wealthy people that live in that neighborhood. I am surprised. I'm not. And so, you know, as this kind of desperation that's experienced in places like East San Jose, in the lower bottoms in Oakland, South Side Chicago and Inglewood, you know, cities like this, that desperation used to be contained amongst minoritized people, marginalized people, but you know, that was business as usual in America for centuries, approximately 500 years. But that desperation and that destruction of our humanity has expanded, kind of like a pandemic, to more and more and more groups of people. And so what African Americans and Native Americans have been experiencing for centuries in this nation is now expanding to places like West Virginia and Immokalee, Florida, some parts of New Mexico, like in Farmington area, where that poverty and that desperation, that dis-ease, has expanded beyond the black and brown and poor white neighborhoods to include more and more and more people. And because those people, particularly colorless Americans like myself, because there have been no competing arguments, no competing stories to capture a good explanation of what's happening to them, to us, because that explanation is lacking, the only other story that's being told to them is that it's minorities, is that it's blacks, is that it's white, it's poor white people, it's lazy these people, and welfare that people. And it's not that alternatives and alternative explanations don't exist, it's just that they're not allowed to be discussed. And one of those is really important to be discussed is, looking for my FBI agent, something called Marxism. I think I'll expand on that a little bit more. So if there's a solution that is not allowed to be discussed, but it could be an alternative to what we're doing today, I wonder what that's called. Marxism! More on that next video.